What is going on, everyone? It's Jeff, and today I have some breaking news. I guess an update when it comes to Za'Darius Smith, which everyone wants updates regarding Za'Darius Smith. He's a fan favorite. He's someone that everyone wants back to Detroit. He was here last year, and he's the perfect guy to play alongside Hutch. So I understand why people would want updates. But I do have a quote here. He was at the BET Awards last night and commented on the Detroit Lions. So whoever asked this question, bless you. All right, let's look at the quote. So this is exactly what Za'Darius said at the BET Awards when asked about the Detroit Lions. USA Today, credit to them. He said, quote, "We both know where I want to be. Hopefully I can get back to where I want to be in Detroit." So Za'Darius Smith, it's just further confirmation that the former Detroit Lions pass rusher of last season wants to be back in Detroit. It just so happens that the Lions have a couple extra $1 million after Frank Ragnow retired, and I think this would be the perfect way to use it. Now, I don't know what his contract would look like. I don't know what Za'Darius and his camp are asking for. I guess that's the big question because everyone would agree we want Za'Darius Smith back. I would ask at what number, at what length, what terms. Is it a 1-year deal? Does he want a 2-year deal? Does he want a 3-year deal? Who knows? And I know with Brad Holmes right now, you have a lot of guys that need to be paid. So to give someone, $10 million over the next couple of years, or I'm just making up $10 million. I don't know what he wants, but to give someone, a 2-3-year contract, it might be a little difficult considering all the people that you have to pay, including a Lion right now who wants a contract and Alex Anzalone. So the question I asked Brad is, what do you do from here? What do you do with the money? Do you just give the extra money you got from Frank Ragnow retiring and hand it to Anzalone and give him a 2-year deal, bring back the captain? Or do you bring back Za'Darius Smith to help this pass rush? Because if you really look at it, and I have the depth chart right here, and I want to show you guys the depth chart for the Detroit Lions and what they have. When you look at the defensive line and you look at edge, you have Aiden Hutchinson, obviously. On the other side, you have Marcus Davenport. But after that, you have Josh Pascal, who, he's kind of a tweener. He's not really a true edge, so it's kind of a tough one if you do have an injury and he's playing edge. And then after that, you have AQ, Al-Quadin Muhammad, who is fine. He's a solid rotational piece, but he's not someone that, again, if you need to start, you're probably confident in. But I digress. Ahmad Hassanin, he is behind him as well, who we really like, the rookie. But again, is he going to make a huge impact his rookie year? He very well could. And then after that, you have Mitchell Agude. So then those are the edge rushers. Obviously, Levi, Tyleek, interior defensive lineman. Makai Wingo could play a little on the edge, but probably mainly an interior defensive lineman. So when you look at this edge spot, if you were to re-sign Za'Darius Smith, at least Marcus Davenport would then move into more of a rotational role, which I think would suit him best. I've already kind of stated how I feel about that. I think Marcus would thrive in that type of role because then his snaps would go down and the likelihood that he gets hurt would go down. So at least you'd be able to kind of manage Marcus Davenport, and you'd have a guy in Za'Darius who's played basically every game the last handful of years starting. And he's someone that you can rely on to start, produce, and be just kind of a good vet in the locker room for especially a guy like Ahmed Hassanin. So, hey, we'll see what happens from here. At least we already know what Za'Darius Smith's intentions are. He wants to return. He doesn't want to leave. But it's easy for a player to say that when he knows what he's asking for. And Brad Holmes might be like, I ain't giving you that money. So there might be that contractual dispute between Brad and Za'Darius, what Brad wants to offer Za'Darius and what Za'Darius wants Brad to offer him. So it's something to follow. At least we know, and it got further confirmed, that all the man wants is to be back in Detroit and play for the Lions. It just has to make sense financially. And if you're Za'Darius, I know he's a little older and he probably wants security, but Za'Darius, you have never won a Super Bowl. Come join a roster that is chasing a Super Bowl. Come join a roster that you were already a part of, a locker room that you were already a part of, in a city that wants to really welcome you back. And I know this isn't really as big of a storyline, but he's also dating Cash Doll, who's from Detroit. So at least you'd stay closer to her. All right. So it's a win-win-win-win-win all around. It just has to make sense financially. I think that's the big thing. So again, if Za'Darius does not return to Detroit, you already know the answer to that. You know it had to do something with the money, either how long, the terms, the years, the amount of money, whatever it is. which I'm not going to be upset at that. I think Brad has to be smart about it, right? You want Za'Darius back, but at what number, how many years? Like, I'm not going to give Za'Darius a 3-year deal at this point. I just think with the amount of guys you have to pay, probably shorter term works better. But is that what Za'Darius wants? Come on, Za'Darius, take a 1-year deal. Come join the Lions. Let's chase a Super Bowl. What do you guys think about it? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And it's something we'll be following here. I'll providing you guys more updates. Crunch Time Sports. You can check us out live tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. We'll be talking about it and much more. But until then, I will catch you all. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.